You know what? A lot of people want to be prepared for the apocalypse, but I think one of the best places to start getting prepared is just with our everyday life. So let's go ahead and figure out some ways that we can be prepared for this everyday life of ours. Hey everyone, Morgan here. So here are the top 10 ways that we can be prepared for our everyday life. And the very first one is preparing our car. We spend an incredible amount of time in our car. And I think it's smart for us to have just a little emergency car kit. Have a NOCO, a power station. Way better than just the cables, right? Because I don't need anybody to charge my battery with the NOCO. I just do it myself, okay? So I have done a review of that, but have some extra water, blankets, food, any of these other little things that'll help you in your area, in your region. If you live in a wintry area, it gets a lot of snow, carry a shovel. Prepare your home. So of course, preparedness is all about preparing your home. Having that food and water and first aid and making sure your fire extinguishers are checked and all these other little everyday things that will help us in the long run. If you have a grease fire, you have baking soda ready to go and you can throw it on it, or of course you have a lid that you can just, right. But there's lots of ways to prepare your home. Also making sure that you have renter's insurance. If you're a renter, make sure that you are preparing your home as well as your car, because you spend a lot of time at home too, right? All right, the next one is an everyday carry kit. So in my everyday kit, I have a lot of just general everyday stuff. I have a first aid kit. I have snacks. I have, a little pocket knife. Of course, I have my wallet. I have, my everyday carry firearm. I have whatever I need in order to help me throughout the day. And a lot of these things I'm not using every day, but when I need them, I need them. Like I have gum. I talked about in previous videos where we're like a gum family, and so I always have gum in my purse. And if I don't have gum, it like ruins our lives, right? No, but it's like one of those things that people have come to expect from me, of my family, especially for babies, toddlers, things like that. I had just way more snacks when my kids were littler. Of course, I have diapers and wipes and all these other things in a diaper bag. My purse is going to be changed into a diaper bag. It'll evolve over time, right? Like, so during the summer, I'll have bug spray in there and sunscreen. I also have lotion in my hands because I wash my hands a lot throughout the day. So if I wash my hands in a public restroom, I put lotion on because my hands get so dry. It's just these little things. Hand sanitizer. Everyday carry kit is for those everyday things. And maybe you won't use it every day, but you might use it when you need it, right? It's the whole point of preparedness. You're prepared for when you need it. Situational awareness and security. So I like to kind of put these together because they kind of are, but situational awareness is that everyday thing in which you are staying off your phone in public, right? You are in the moment, you're being mindful, you are paying attention to what and who is going on around you. You are making sure that you are safe in your surroundings. You're making sure that your kids are safe and everybody is okay. Security and safety, meaning keep making sure that your home is secure, making sure that you have any like window alarms, or you have, kick plates on your doors, you have the long screws, you are doing things that are going to make you a hard target. This also includes personal security, such as if you own a firearm and you plan to use a firearm for defense of any kind, you need to be training with it. You also need to be taking classes. You need to be making sure that you are ready if a time ever were to come. Same with any sort of like personal martial arts or anything like that. You are training, you're making sure that you are ready in case you ever had to implement these things. But you want to be trained and make sure that you are aware of what would you do in these situations. So financial preparedness is another one. Our everyday life is basically run by money. Financial preparedness is things like paying off debt so that you can relieve stress, right? So that you're not stressed by bills all the time. It's having a savings account so that you know that you have like a 3 months worth of savings. If I lost my job, okay, well, we have these 3 months worth of savings. Or if something catastrophic were to happen to our vehicle, okay, we have these savings so we can use it. Or whatever else, an emergency or a natural disaster happens and we can take care of it because we have that savings on hand, okay? But getting out of debt is probably the first one I would do, and then start your savings. That's my personal opinion. You may do whatever you want, but also having a budget for preparedness purposes as well. Okay, so your family disaster plan. I think this is essential as an everyday preparedness item, making an emergency disaster plan, and then making sure that everybody is on the same page on this emergency disaster plan. So I have a guide down below that will guide you through how to make an emergency disaster plan for your family. Please go do this. It really doesn't take that much time. It's really not that much effort. Make the disaster plan, then run some drills. Make sure everybody knows this is about this disaster plan and how to go about it. Next one is community. So I've traveled a lot of places. I've lived a lot of places. Texas, Arizona, Oregon, Alaska. I've lived a lot of places, and every single one of these places you can create community. Whether you live in an urban, suburban, or rural area, you can create community. Or not create it, but you can be a part of it. Okay, there are local fairs, there are local farmers markets, there are just local events and workshops and just everything and anything in order to build your community. But not just that. It's not just building a community with your city or your urban area or whatever. It's building a community with your neighbors. And people just always want to hide. Preppers want to hide so much. And I get it, because you don't want people knowing that you're prepping, and I get that, but at the same time, we would be really surprised to know that a lot of our neighbors are probably more like-minded than you think, even in an urban and suburban area, okay? And even if we're not like-minded, even if we, even if you know that other person doesn't prep and they don't like guns or whatever the case may be, right? You know that they're your neighbor. They are your closest ally when something were to happen. So get to know your neighbors. You don't have to get to know all of them. You don't have to be BFFs. I say this every single time because everybody gets on my case. They're like, well, I don't want people to know I'm a prepper. Great, then don't go walk up to them and say, hello, my name is Morgan and I'm a prepper. Just, hi, my name is Morgan. It's nice to meet you. Did we all forget how to talk as normal people? Nobody ever said you had to tell them you're a prepper. Just, hello, my name is Morgan. Oh. So for your everyday preparedness, practicing drills is really helpful because we can practice fire drills, because fires can happen, right? We can practice evacuating drills. Anything can happen. You never know, right? We can practice situational awareness. We can practice first aid drills. We can practice any type of drills. I have a whole blog post that talks about all the drills that we can practice. But we can practice all these things on just one drill a month. Doesn't even have to be complicated or a lot. Pick one drill a month that you and your household wants to do, and then go do it. And then, of course, the last one, stockpile. There is no con in stockpiling extra food, water, first aid supplies, literally anything that can help us, hygiene, stockpiling some stuff to help us through any emergency or disaster. And books are also part of stockpiling, okay? I would absolutely 100% say that books are a stockpile. Knowledge, right? So that's my tips for prepping for your everyday life. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you all so much for watching. I'd love to know how you stay prepared for just everyday life. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Talk to you later. Bye.